Hello and welcome to Let's Talk AppSecOps. It's end of day one at the Gartner Security and Risk Summit this week in North Harbor, DC. Fantastic day, great sessions. I heard from Steve Santos, who had a great presentation about vulnerability management and really thinking deeply about how to do risk-based prioritization, leveraging threat intelligence, business context, as well as the NVD data, the CVS data as a starting point. More on that later. We're definitely going to dig in deeper to that as we move forward with that AppSecOps, but also as we move forward in the ArmorCode platform as well. Additionally, Dale Gardner gave a great presentation on SBOMs and software supply chain. This is a common thread that as I'm talking to different people at the conference here, software supply chain, how to use the SBOMs, not just generating them, but what are we going to do with them once we get them? What's their purpose? This is a great conversation that we've been hearing as well. So really digging into how do I analyze them when I get them from my third parties? When I'm sharing them with my third parties, when is the right time to do that? Make sure that my vulnerabilities are clean. That was a great area of conversation today as well. So definitely SBOM has been one of the key features, certainly of this session. And then William Dupre gave a great outlook for application security. In that he touched upon several aspects. First of all, application security is dead. Long live application security was his slogan. And really what he meant there is that the traditional approach of security, owning application security and trying to triage and manage all of those vulnerabilities, that process is dead. What we need to do is we need to enable the development team, and certainly conversations that I've been having with other attendees, like hey, if you give the development team 3 to 10 things to do, they'll probably do all of them. If you give them 1,000, they're going to do none of them. That was a very consistent theme. And certainly William went into that. He talked about how you want to build a platform where the development team can self-service, where you're giving them just the prioritized information that's appropriate. He talked about the importance of API security, which is an area that I personally have been evangelizing for at least a decade now, where we don't know the APIs that we have access to us. In one session from Wiz, we saw a chart where we were showing kind of like a hyperlinear curve of the number of APIs that have been exposed just in AWS. And William referenced that, by 2025, more than 50% of the APIs are going to be unknown, undocumented. And really, API security is a key area that we have to really focus on as an industry. Certainly, that is an area which I personally believe, I know a lot of our partners in the API security space and in the CNAPP space believe that as well. And CNAPP is another area where I've really seen, a significant amount of visibility. So we got the messaging from Wiz as well as Palo Alto Networks, where we're really kind of like looking at how we can take data from ASPM, CSPM, wrapping it all together, having runtime monitoring in place. And really, this is going to be critical for us as we start scaling out cloud even more. What was really interesting for me in William's session was the number of people that didn't raise their hand when he said, "Are you doing DevSecOps today?" Really, it's still kind of, yes, it's well adopted. If you look at the application security hype cycle from Gartner, you'll see it's in the plateau of productivity. So it's all the way on the right-hand side, meaning that we as an industry understand how to make this effective, how to use it. But the reality is we're all still struggling with it. So we understand it, but we know we need to do it. We know we need to work to attain to it. But as we move to that world, our world is hybrid. So CNAPP is great. We're going to be able to start getting kind of like code to cloud for our cloud-based deployments, but it's not just all about cloud. It's all about your hybrid systems where you've got cloud, you've got data center. You have to bring all of this together. And certainly that's what this show is all about, right? So AppSecOps, bringing those worlds together. Anyway, this is the end of day number one. We've got 2 more days ahead of us. We've got a couple of great sessions tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to the session on Wednesday. Mark Harvoth is going to talk about AI, which obviously is a massive buzz, and it's amazing how many people are like, oh, You're talking about ChatGTP, but it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to be in the session on Wednesday. So anyway, stay tuned, click like, subscribe. Also, if you really find conferences great ways of exchanging knowledge, as we do, AppSecCon from the Purple Book community. There's going to be a link in the show notes here. Register for that. It's 100% virtual. It's 100% free. It's going to be at the back end of June, if I remember the dates correctly, 28th, 29th. Check the show notes. Definitely check it out. Anyway, thanks very much. I will see you again tomorrow.